Let me explain measurement and monitoring. Both are basically a checking process. Both are important to assure quality, but there are certain differences between the two terminologies. Let me explain what is measurement and what really is monitoring. Measurement and monitoring. Monitoring is basically determining the status of a system, of a process, a product, a service, or an activity. So we can monitor an activity, we can monitor a process, how the process is functioning. For example, whether the temperature remains within the upper limit or lower limit or not, how a system is working, how a process is working, how the process and the product is working. So, monitoring is determining the status, the ranges, whether things are under control. Let me give another example. When we are using storage tanks, vertical storage tanks, which is extensively used in oil and gas or any other storage facilities, it is extremely important to maintain where is the level of the liquid within the tank. If it reaches the high level, it gives a buzzer and possibly reduces the pumping speed when the tank is being filled, pump is working. Because otherwise, in high pressure and higher flow, the roof of the tank can even come out. So the flow rate, pumping flow rate is reduced. Now, when it is reaching high level, the pump should trip. So whether this is working is basically a monitoring. So you're monitoring the level of crude oil inside the tank is within high level or high level or in between low level and high level. You really don't know exactly the level. You don't know exactly how much quantity is there. You only know that the crude oil is within the high level and in between high level and low level. So for example, you look at the data. For example, you measure some values of an item. For example, you are in a bottling plant, you are checking the weights of the field content, and you are plotting those data here. And then this is within upper control limit and lower control limit. So you just monitor whether the filling is happening within the upper control limit or lower control limit or not. If it is more, that means you are providing more product to the customer for no benefit of yours. And if it is giving lesser, it is a compliance issue because you are giving a less quantity of the product to the customer. So if something is above the control limit or below the control limit, we call them out of control points. So it could be below lower control limit points or above upper control limit points. This is basically monitoring. What is measurement? Measurement is a process to determine a value. We find a true value of something. So measurement is a process to determine value. For example, we measure temperature of an object. We measure temperature of our body. We measure, the diameter of this pin. We are measuring with a vernier. We are actually measuring, say this could be 25.3. So this diameter of the pin is 25.3. This is the exact measurement. I hope the discussion was meaningful and you understood the difference between these two terminologies.